Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm gonna talk about what is the best mileage to buy an Audi, especially 2010, 2011, 2009 or something like that. So what is the best mileage and why? So look at this beautiful car, this just amazing, perfect condition. Everything is still immaculate inside and out, except this particular car has 138,000 miles on it, and I'll explain that in a very scientific way. So the main chain slipped, but before the main chain slipped, it was doing something that the driver didn't pay attention to, and that's what I'm gonna try to talk about in this video, so that you avoid it, so that you don't fall in the same problem like this one. So if you look here, okay, if you look here, you see it's like a rat eating this. So that was the chain that ate this one, okay? And that didn't happen overnight. There's another thing here. If you look right here where my finger is, so anyway, right here, try to show it. Okay, so where my finger is, exactly, so where my finger is, normally my finger shouldn't be seen, because like here, okay, so here all this is missing, and the same thing is missing on the cylinder head, which I took to the machine shop. So the chain did that. And also look at the lower cover, lower timing chain cover. Look what it did. It just ripped this off, and the reason why it did all this, because it was stretched, okay, with time. It was stretched and it was rattling. It wasn't going straight, it was like on and off, and hitting both sides, left and right. And by doing that, it was eating up the metal, the plastic, anything that comes on its way. The reason why this car failed at 138 and not 87 or 90 or 100 or 98, the reason is because it has a really good tensioner. So there are only two cases. Either this is a replacement, so the car went to the shop, they opened the cover, this one, replaced the tensioner, and that's it. It replaced the tensioner, and that's it. They did not replace the timing chain, because it's not easy. You just put the car in a service position, put a good tensioner. That's why the engine had to wait for the timing chain to go a longer distance to have enough slack. If the tensioner wasn't replaced, it will give out a little bit of slack as well, and combined slack from the tensioner and slack from the chain, it will actually fail before 100. So going back to the same point of what was the car doing before it snapped one day, it was rattling, it was making noise. So either the driver was deaf or not, doesn't notice things, or noticed, but it was like, okay, the car still drives fine. So there's so many scenarios. You have to listen to your vehicle. Your vehicle will speak to you, will give you a warning before it breaks down. So I wouldn't blame the machine on this one. I will blame the person, the people, the driver. Okay? Because it was rattling, it was eating up this. And if it's chewing up this, it will make noise. This is like this is metal. It's a sheet metal. It will make noise. And if you listen to your car, you're gonna hear it. And to avoid that, you can replace the timing chain sooner and avoid, you know, having the catastrophe to happen. So going back to the mileage, so a lot of people are happy to buy a car at 80,000 miles, 70, 60, whatever. So the problem is this chain has a certain mileage that can go, and it will stretch enough to slip. And if it slips, the pistons, these pistons, will hit the valves, will bend them. They will hit the intake valves and bend them. Then the car wouldn't start. So if you're going to buy an Audi 2010, 2009, 2011 in this area, I recommend you stay away from 80,000 miles, because that's just like 10,000 miles more, 20. You're gonna pay top dollars for a very good car that is about to break down. It is a good car that is about to break down. Some people drive the car for like 5,000 miles and that's it, and it will break. You don't want that to happen to you. So if you want to be smart about buying an Audi, make sure that you have good plans to take care of the car. Either you're a mechanic or you are a DIY guy or whatever, you know, or someone who investigates. You have to have knowledge about the car. You have to know exactly what kind of car you're getting yourself into. What are the common issues? Google that, go to YouTube. What are the common issues? Learn about them and be prepared and know what you're doing. So if you don't do that, what's gonna happen? You're gonna buy a car with a low mileage. You're gonna drive it just few, maybe a couple of years, 1 year, depends, and then it breaks down. So before you buy an Audi, make sure you have proof that the timing chain has been replaced, or you have good plans to do it yourself. And let's get back to this problem. Let's say that you didn't know, and one day you wake up in the morning, you start the car, and bam, it just goes out. In this case, your car, there is a possibility that you can still fix it. This is what you're gonna get. You're gonna replace a few things here. You're gonna replace a few things here, and for me, in this case, I'm gonna have to replace the oil belly pan, because I'm sure there's some debris on some metal and everything. So it's better for me to just do that now, so that I don't, you know, I don't keep those metal shaving inside the engine and it will chew it up, you know, and cause more damage. So it's better to just do it now before you start the car again. For the pistons, they just look dirty, but I think these pistons are okay. The cylinder block is okay. Everything else is okay except this timing chain. I'm sure it's longer than it should be, and I will put a comparison side to side with another one, a brand new one, and you'll see the difference. So anyway, I hope that I gave you some advice. that is beneficial for you, that will, you know, help you make the right decision when you buy an Audi. So just don't assume that you know, an Audi with 80 or 70,000 miles or 90 or even 100 is a good buy, and just get on it, start driving, and worry about nothing. That is wrong. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you are getting into, and you have to know the life of your car. The person who sold me this car, with all respect to him, he told me he was told that the timing chain will outlast the life of the car, which is absolutely wrong. Look at the car. The car is almost brand new. You know, the leather is still brand new, the tires, everything looks perfect, and this is messed up. One thing you can do, you can easily remove this cover, and you can take a look. If you remove this cover, there's so many things you can see by removing this alone, and you can do it by opening these 5 bolts, T30. You can do it by yourself. And also in this circle here, there's a sensor or an actuator. It takes like 3 bolts. So basically, you're gonna remove 8 bolts, and then you'll be able to access this and see what's inside, and you know, and avoid the catastrophe to happen to you. So, all right, well, thank you so much for watching. If you think this video is helpful, please give it a thumbs up and a like, and if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you so much for watching, and I will post the car, you know, I will post more videos when the car is finished, because I'm filming as I go, and I just put the cylinder head to the machine shop, so when it comes back I'm gonna film how I installed everything. So stay tuned. If you have a car that has the same problem and you're just parking it and you're deciding whether you should sell it for $2,000 or go head to head and fix it, I recommend, if you know, if you're comfortable with tools and everything, why not mess with it? And if you break something, it's already broken. So good luck, and please keep posted. Stay tuned. I will post more videos. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.